What is poppin', y'all? Welcome back to another YouTube video, and today we're taking a look at another anime review. We're taking a look at another 12-episode anime, and this 12-episode anime was actually recommended from an Instagram reel, which was the most underrated animes, which you should watch, and I fell for it. I watched it, and this anime is called Taboo Tattoo. I'm gonna be honest, real quick, straight off the bat. I did not enjoy this. I forced myself to watch the final 3 episodes. I physically had to make myself watch this. So, we all know what kind of video this is going to be. I'm going to be shitting on the anime, and it's going to be very negative. So just a pre-warning. But if you do want to know a little bit more about the anime, like what it is, we're about to take a look at the Google one, what the Google has to say, and then we're going to see what I have to say. So, Google first, then me. So, quickly flicking over to Google, seeing what Google has to say, a quick Google search of Tattoo Taboo will bring up this. A young man saves a stranger from street thugs, and in return receives an object that imprints a tattoo on his hand. This tattoo turns out to be a powerful weapon. That's pretty much episode 1. Ta-da! Episode 2, however, we have a girl and a guy show up, part of a government organization all the way from America, who are researching about these tattoos which give people special abilities. His is the strongest one, called Black Hole, which can create black holes. However, if he doesn't learn to control it, and when he does use it, it could kill him and people he cares about. So he goes to train at this girl's house, and his girl best friend is worried that he's going to get stolen away by this other girl, so she tags along too and spies on them. She actually gets possessed by one of the villains and attacks the house. They then go fight at a shipping yard as she joins the team. They fail, they train, they go fight in a jungle, they fail, they train, they go fight in a Grand Canyon. I believe they succeed, kind of, and then they lay low because of like the amount of loss that they have on their team, and they're really weak after this battle, so they lay low for like a year, and then they go for a final battle as one of their members has been captured, so they go to save them, and there's this massive battle, and no one really dies other than the villain, and then there is a weird sort of preview to the next season, which I don't think is ever going to get made. Right, that was the fastest fucking go-through of any anime that I've ever done on the channel, and that is because I watched up to episode 6 and got bored and left it for a while. I left it for a good few months. I watched a load of other anime in between. I watched Buddy Daddies, and I watched Death Paradise. I also watched Mashel, which is so much better. I genuinely thought I was like anime burnt out, and that's why I couldn't finish this, or like I was just sick of anime and needed something different. But no, it was just this anime. This anime bored the shit out of me, and the story was boring. It felt very the same. The main characters was like transitioning to evil. You could tell that from a mile away. He was slowly getting more angry and upset at the world. The more the series went on, he's been gifted this ultimate power and he's not allowed to use it. And by the time he does use it, he's like an evil villain. Very similar to Guilty Crown in that aspect, where he's a good guy saving people at the start, but he's pushed to his limits, comes the villain at the end, and the other people have to stop him. It was pretty obvious where it was going, and the fights were really cool. The animation style was cool. That was literally the only thing that kept me interested. Every time there was a fight, I would look up, but when the fight stopped, I'd go back on my phone and just listen to it. It didn't keep me entertained. It didn't keep me enthralled. It didn't keep me watching it. It didn't keep me wanting more. I watched from 6 to 9, and then I had to force myself to watch 10, 11, and 12 because I genuinely just couldn't do it. I didn't want to. So I just started editing videos and like planning videos, making thumbnails whilst it was on in the background, just so I could get through it to finish this review, because this has been sat in my sort of video schedule. I've already like prepared the slideshow and the thumbnail and everything like that, and I'm like, right, I need to get this done. I need to get this finished because I need the storage on my phone. I didn't think it would take me this long to watch it, So I forced myself to watch it, and I finally finished it, and now I'm doing a review so I can get it out of my camera roll. To be fair, is it good? You might enjoy it. Personally, I thought the story was very boring. It was very slow, and it was very dull. The voice actors were picked straight from My Hero. We had Deku's voice actor, Lemillion's voice actor, All Might's voice actor, basically everyone from My Hero. Their voice acting is really good, but the colors of the anime didn't stand out. They were all like gray and whites and very dead, sort of dark, depressing colors. So it didn't really keep me entertained. You know, I like my bright, colorful anime with like the cool lights and fire and abilities and shit. This had the cool abilities. They just blended into the background. The abilities didn't stand out. We had people that could control vines, but they looked like concrete, like staffs. We had Black Hole, which was like the most color we got of like a little bit of purple. And then we had the stereotypical anime shit that's always in there with a girl, which is overly sexualized. A lot of titties, which just isn't interesting or entertaining in the slightest. It is just boring. And that is not what I want from a story. That is not what I want from powerful anime. It started off pretty good with the interest into what the tattoo was and how to use them and how he had to train to be able to use his power. He was the strongest one and he had to train to use it. But they rushed past that. They completely brushed over that and was like, yo, I'm not going to train. I'm just going to use it willy nilly. And I don't care what happens. I need to use this. He was very rebellious. And I feel like I've watched it before. I feel like the story is overdone and very common. And we were introduced to a load of new characters in episode 10, 12, 10, 11, and 12, which I wasn't familiar with, so confused me even more because I was barely paying attention through episodes 7, 8, and 9. That 10, 11, and 12 were a fucking blur to me. I really enjoyed the first 6 episodes, don't get me wrong. I managed to bash those out really quick. I slowed down towards 5 and 6, though, as it was getting boring. And again, like I said, I thought it was anime burnout, so I tried to watch something a little bit more lighthearted. Try a different couple of other anime genres, take a break, watch a couple of movies. But then when I came back to it, I still had this negative opinion of it. And I'm like, right, I'm not burnt out. It's completely anime's fault. It is the anime that's just shit. And I'm going to be honest, if I watch one episode of an anime, I'm going to finish it. I've already put time and effort into it, so I'm going to stick it to the end. I don't care. I am staying to the end. And that that was like my motto. That's what I've always done with anime. If episode 1 doesn't catch me, I normally watch 2 and 3 to try and see if it's any more entertaining. And usually it is. However, if it isn't, I fucked myself over because I spent 40 to 60 minutes watching an anime. Now I have to see it through to the end because I'm not wasting that time. And with this one, it was a huge struggle because I had to do it in chunks. And the 3-episode chunks were painful. They were painful to watch. And I did make a Lego custom of this character to try and get my interest in it a little bit. I made that fucking ages ago. So that just goes to show how long it's taken me to watch this. And I don't know what to say about it. I have nothing to say. The intro and outro are boring, nothing exciting, nothing. It's just boring and dull. The colors are dull. The story is dull. The voice actors are quite good. Like I say, they do My Hero and all that. They're very powerful voice actors and can do all the emotions. And that's the only good part about it. The power system is interesting, but it isn't explained well enough. And when it is explained, it's dull and boring and slow. It is a very slow anime. For only 12 episodes, you think it's quite easy to watch and you can bash it out in a day? I struggled. I could not. And it took me a good 3 months to finish this. So, there you go. If you do want more anime reviews from me, I have a playlist and I do a lot of anime reviews. So check a couple of others out because they're a lot more interesting, a lot more upbeat than this one. And I do like anime, I promise. I don't shit on anime for no reason. It is just this one didn't capture me and it didn't make me enjoy it or excited to watch it like the others do. It actually felt painful to sit down and be like, I can sit and watch TikTok for 3 hours, or I can watch this. I chose TikTok every time. It's not my attention span because as soon as I put Marshall on, I watched that straight to the end, didn't go on TikTok, watched it all the way through. It is just this one. And I don't know what about it. I think it's just how dull it is compared to the other anime that I like. Also, there is a link in the description which will take you to my TikTok, my Instagram, my Twitter, everything like that if you want a little bit more Tyler Price in your life. But yeah, that is it. I don't want to talk about this anime anymore, so I hope you all enjoyed. I'm sorry it was like a sort of depressing video talking about how shit this anime is. But other than that, I hope you all enjoyed. See you all next one. Have a nice day, and goodbye. Stay home and stay safe.